like 2, 3 flames and the fly.
Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope. Swear to God, we go Rambo. If you disrespect the dope. Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope. Swear to God, we go Rambo. If you disrespect the
Praise
dope.
to the Pope, bless you with this dope. Step into my world where we get ghosts, cause in my mind we float.
Straight up.
Every time we step into one note, they tweaking off the coke. Fuck, I'm on my mind, I'm burning bread so much, let's have a toast. My niggas and mama know if I wasn't here, nigga, I'd be dead. Now I'm in the building thinking billions, counting millions, what a feeling. Remember when I never ever made shit. Now me and my niggas rocking chains and ripping slave shit. Now who the slave, bitch?
Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope. Swear to God, we go Rambo. If you disrespect the dope. Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope. Swear to God, we go Rambo. If you disrespect the dope.
From the layer of Himalayas, I got more keys than the mayor. Let's have a prayer.
Bless
So
her.
divine off in my pager, I the later. Dawn and dust, I'm tryna get made. I've been up for days.
Straight
Damn,
up.
I never pop another pill, man. That shit is real. Girl, you know you fucking with the flame. You know the drill. I reach to the heavens. Lord, forgive me, I sin. May the flame live forever and always bring me in.
Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope. Swear to God, we go Rambo. If you disrespect
Look, God niggas can't fuck with me. I got a bunch of bitches tryna fuck with me. I'm unsociable with like most of them, cause I'm socialize with them suckers, bitch. Never really, I would demolish. This is a nail in the coffin. Niggas is soft. Niggas remind me of nail at a spa. So underpolished novices, they barking up their own tree. Everlasting, trust me, if you with me, then you gon' A. And I got them sweating like these bitches here and on A. And I'm up Atlantic, 2-1 Robert Bomber glide me. Not a beat, okay, I'm not for the BS. Get lift, use zips like a steam jack. Use pip choice words for the loose girls. All mine's re-up, y'all regret. Don't worry about my team set. Don't worry about team, it's team real.
When it comes to the motherfucking C notes,
We start us a motherfucking beat club. Goddamn.
La Flame, don't play no games. These niggas is lame. These niggas ain't lords. We the new lords. Lords. Young lords. Young sacrifice.
Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope. Swear to God, we go Rambo. If you disrespect the dope. Straight from Mexico, call her Quintana. Damn, she smoked my dope.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time once again. for your favorite three podcast hosts to come at you live on YouTube,
their way to make redeeming credit.
providing you entertainment, hot takes, and just a general good time. Boys, welcome in. It's good to see you.
Hello. Hi.
How are we?
We're doing good. How are you?
I am a lot better now that okay, so when I left work today, I knew we were basically out of, my vitamins that I enjoy taking. I assumed that since, Bree's family's here, we've got a couple extra people in the house, I assumed they'd be gone by the time I got home. They left me one. So that's a W.
Oh, I think that's time for a community rip then.
Well, that's what I'm getting ready. But also, part of the problem and part of the reason why I won't be able to hang out for as long as I normally can today for the pod is because I have to go back to Point and get some later because he wasn't available.
Nah.
Which isn't
that sucks.
It's not horrible, but it's not ideal.
You have to drive upwards to like half hour. You're gonna be gone for a whole hour at 11 o'clock. And you'll get back to like 1 a.m. Right, Caleb? Right, bro?
I'll get back at 12. I'll get back at midnight. Around midnight.
Well, I have a proposal then.
What's up?
I say we do a quick little rundown of all the main subjects we wanted to hit earlier, and then we get right to fucking to Apex, because we all want to play Apex. Let's get after it.
Well, yeah, so here's what I was going to say. Aaron Rodgers, I'm wearing, Brandon, I'm wearing that, I don't know if you remember or recognize, but I'm wearing that yellow weasel shirt that your dad made us.
I have no clue what I went.
I wear this consistently. It's one of my favorite shirts. Super comfortable. I love the fact that there's actually a weasel on there. But anywho, Aaron Rodgers is not happy with the receivers.
No, he's not.
And
You guys have to fill me in. I have not seen anything about this, so.
So one thing that we all know, especially the three of us know about Aaron Rodgers, is that he's very good at leading the fan base of the Packers in certain directions with like his choice of words. For example, RELAX. The man got an entire fan base to relax when we were playing like shit, literal shit, because that's the power he has. Things like we're gonna run the table, and then all of a sudden we run the table. He's a very, his words are very, very, very powerful as far as, the Green Bay Packers fan base is concerned. And he literally, Brandon, today came out and said that our receivers are inconsistent in their routes that they're running. They're making poor decisions. And he literally said about one of them, I can't remember which one it was, but his words were, if he continues to drop passes like that, he will not play in a game.
I expect nothing less out of him. You should be blunt with the media.
Yeah. So
that's all everybody's ever wanted out of Aaron, was just to be blunt, and now all of a sudden he's blunt, and all of a sudden now it's a whole freak out stuff.
Well, it's not so much a freak out about Aaron saying that. It's more, and I think Jake can agree with me here. It's more a freak out about if Aaron's saying these things, what aren't we seeing? What are we, we see all the good reps in practice, but we don't see the bad ones. And are the bad ones incredibly worse than the good ones are good? And where, what does this make you think when you hear him say something like this about the receivers? Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. Well, first and foremost, you sit there and making a bunch of mental mistakes too. And I think one of the things that Aaron's trying to do right now is reinforce the receivers that they need to get their shit together. And one thing that always works, I think it's tried and true, and Aaron Rodgers being a guy who is pretty much, as the name of our show is, straight to the point, I think he called them out and publicly did so. Public shaming usually works. Shame them into better behavior, shame them into better route running, having more mental focus. I think putting a spotlight and addressing the problem puts more pressure on the receivers. Now, conversely, that pressure could crack them and make them play worse. but I'm betting that Aaron's gambling on the fact that these receivers hear his message loud and clear and start pulling things together. I'm gonna find out in person. I'm gonna be there on Friday, so I'll let you guys know.
So one thing I would say is that after those comments, he made those in like a press conference of some sort. He actually did take all of the receivers into a room, and they all had a conversation about his comments and stuff like that. I know that that's been reported on as well. So I am more inclined to lean towards that this is going to help the receivers. But Brandon,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on Aaron saying these things, but also not playing in the preseason with these brand new receivers and getting the reps with them that they kind of need?
I think it's one of those things that if you're not catching reps from a backup, you're not going to catch something from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a strong enough veteran and has been proven by his playing throughout the years that like he's not a man who needs he's not a man who needs to be in all these preseason reps when he's this old and basically a man of glass what is it, paper skin and glass bones.
Less
Yeah,
ab-
you're already seeing other quarterbacks get injured. You know,
less
You're
about
already seeing
Aaron.
Zach Wilson.
For me, I guess I more so meant less about Aaron's development and ability to kind of play with the receivers, and more the other direction. The receivers' ability to play with Aaron, understand what Aaron wants them to do in certain situations. I know that a lot of that is going to come with time. Like, we're not going to be able to see a Devontae like, a Randall Cobb like, an Alan Lazard like connection with our rookie receivers right away, right? But
Yeah.
does him not playing in the preseason hurt their progression and kind of delay that a little bit? I guess is more so what I should have asked.
Yeah, I mean they get reps with him every day in practice, and they're getting live competition right now against the Saints in practice, and he's throwing in those practices. So there's still time. The only thing he's missing out is an hour, and not even an hour, maybe like 7.5 minutes of legitimate game time in the preseason. Injuries are a concern, especially when you're an aging quarterback. We're already seeing young guys get injured in preseason, especially at the quarterback position. Joe Flacco is going to be a starter for the first few games this season. That's wild. I think Aaron's an aging veteran. He's not getting any younger. Why risk the preseason when you're in practice every day, throwing these receivers, trying to get them better, as opposed to maybe playing 7.5 minutes the first half of the first quarter and maybe getting 2 or 3 downs in? What's the point?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, well, what's the point of having him like go in for like 4 fucking plays
Series.
and like we have one series only to be hit 10 times. We like Jake said, we've seen it with every other team. So why do that to our quarterback when we know consistently our offensive line doesn't hold up well? Why
Good
would
to
you
get the young
do
guys?
that?
Yeah. Okay, so here I'll relate this to one last thing before I get off my high horse. Veterans of any sport usually need time to like get their bodies ready, get adjusted to like the sport in the off season, heading into the actual real beginning of competition and play. There are only 2 sports where keeping yourself from it, and these are major sports that like we address and watch all the time. Only 2 sports require you to be going in to the season maybe not as not in shape, but not as battle tested. That's fighting, and that's also football. Those are 2 contact sports where the older you get, the less time you actually want to physically spend doing that sport and putting your body under that amount of pressure. And for a quarterback, you can get throws in. For a fighter, you can get bag work in. But you're not going hard sparring, hard practicing before the season, because there's always a risk of injury, especially when you're getting more brittle and older like that. So, those are the only 2. And I think if Aaron Rodgers were a UFC fighter, Brandon, I think I'd have to compare him to Izzy.
Yeah, the will and determination and
Accuracy.
and the accuracy and the want to just murder your opponents.
Sneaky athleticism too. Like Izzy's is a really
Yeah.
small guy, but he's got power. Aaron's
Yeah.
very underassuming, and he's got range.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, Jake's got a point. I guess I never really realized it. Because, um, you don't really see a lot of football players playing very, very long. If they're in contact positions, Jake, I beg you to turn down your audio on your side, please. I'm getting echo.
Oh, I just had the stream up. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all good. Thank you.
It's weird. I can't hear it at all.
No, I was hearing it. It was tripping. It was throwing me off. I can still hear it. Oh, we'll worry about it later. Anyways, um, I was gonna figure out something.
Jake has a point, is what you're saying about.
Oh yeah, Jake has a point
Contact
because
position.
if you look at it, like football players contact position wise, like don't last long. I mean, you see quarterback going for a long time, like Tom Brady and whatnot, but they're not being hit nearly as much as every other position. We see like every baseball player, unless they get a bunch of rotator cuff injuries or some shit, like they're going until they're like fucking 50 damn near. Because I mean, look at Albert Pujols, bro. He's a dinosaur.
There's some hockey players who get up there too, like Ovechkin. He's getting old.
Hockey, yeah, I just feel like hockey's a different breed. I feel like those guys go through also like the same amount of the same amount of pain that football,
Dude, if not
goes through, or
worse.
MMA.
Yeah, hockey and UFC are among the most popular sports that like also require the most physicality.
Right.
However, the difference between hockey and MMA is MMA is a solo person type thing, so you have to protect yourself. Hockey, those motherfuckers don't care. They're a different breed of humans who can get carried by a team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So MMA, it's understandable why people don't last long. I mean, Christ, you're gonna. I mean, especially the head injury wise.
The UFC, the average fighter retirement age for people who've had 5 or more fights is something like, I want to say it's 40 right now, 39, 40.
But is it one of those things? Just because is it one of those things that they get into the UFC late because like it takes forever to build up a repertoire to get into the UFC?
This is for like an experienced fighter, like even if you're not in the UFC, like Chael Sonnen got bounced from the UFC in like 2014, and then he was fighting on Bellator until he was 43 years old. Anderson Silva fought till he was 46, and now he's still boxing. Randy Couture became the heavyweight champion at 45 years old. MMA is a wild place, dude. If you can bang, you can bang.
Yeah, and usually you can bang, and from my understanding, you can bang until you literally cannot. Like, there's no gradual drop off. It's like you have it or you don't.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's baffling to me because a lot of these guys, they have 2 paths. Either they're career-long scrappers who will fight everybody, they'll knock people out, they'll get knocked out, everything in between, and then you got guys who just don't take damage. Guys who like don't get hurt in fights. If they lose, it's by like a submission. You never see them, or they fight a long decision and not take much damage. So at the end of the day, it's one of those sports where like, if you're not one of those 2 things, yeah, you'll get bounced pretty quick. But like, if you can avoid getting hit, or if you're just built like an absolute fucking tank, it's your sport to run. You can do it forever.
So to bring it back, so to bring it back to what we were talking about before, I guess the addition to practice of like these live reps against the teams that they're playing against in the preseason, for example, like you said, Jake, right now the Packers are literally practicing against the Saints. And all across the league, you've got teams practicing against other teams, the team that they're playing this week in the preseason. And I think that aspect of practice especially takes away from the necessity for Aaron to kind of like give those young guys like a sense of what he's like in a game. Because as much as you can try to practice like you play, which I know all of them do because you have to do that in order to perform at their level, there is a different intensity to a guy like Aaron in the game, and you see it. You see it like on TV, like when you're watching the game, you can just see it in his face. Like the clips we get from practice, he almost always has a smile on his face, goofing around, whatever. But when you see him in a game, unless he's talking to a coach, actively making a joke, he's not usually laughing or smiling. He's pretty dialed in, focused. He'll yell at you on the sideline if you're doing something great, like stupid, like that. Those are the things that I feel like maybe having him in there would be beneficial, so that these young guys, especially Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, because I think those two are the two primary rookie receivers that are going to get any kind of looks from him this year. I think especially those two would benefit from seeing what he's like in a game. But I also generally agree with the two of you that besides those reasons, I would not put Aaron in. I would maybe put him in to like the first snap so that they could get a feel for him in the huddle or something like that. You know, who knows? But I think those are the important things, like the little things that you might miss in practice.
How shocked would you be if the starting receiving core to start the season was Cobb, Lazard, and Sammy Watkins?
Not shocked at all, to be honest.
Either.
Here's how I see it going. Rodgers has been pretty adamant that Allen Lazard is number one. He's been pretty vocal about even like the belief of his ability to be a number one, right? So I think Lazard's going to be one. I think Sammy's going to be two because of his play style, and I think Cobb's going to be 3/slot. And then we also have to think about Amari. I think he's going to be 4, and maybe he'll mix in with this in the slot. You know, I mean, I think that's the only spot he'll mix in at, to be honest, is the slot.
Yeah. But it's football. It's football, and we know that guys get hurt, so they're gonna have plenty of time, and some guys need
and
rest.
we just picked up today another receiver. We signed one who, I mean, he had less than 600 yards and only 4 touchdowns in 2020, and those were his career highs. But like, I don't know who it was. I didn't really look at the article, but if it was on a team like fucking, he was on like the Steelers or the Bills or fucking like a well-developed team, it would make sense that he's only got, you know, those numbers, those lower ended numbers.
Do we know when the 85-man rosters do? Like, when do they have to turn those in?
I'm not sure. I know we just recently did a bunch of cuts because of the 85-man roster.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Is I think as we cut people and as other teams cut people, I think there are going to be other receivers as well and other players in general worth looking at. This is always kind of an interesting point. The preseason we do see a lot of movement.
100%.
That's you kind of see when guys just aren't going to work out, not worth having on the team.
Right.
But that could be a system thing. That could be a system thing. And if you're not meant for that team and you don't fit their play style, whether it be a running back, a receiver, a quarterback, that's when guys get cut. And I think one area that the Packers might want to look into, away from any of the skill positions, we're good at tight end, running back, etc. I think it might be worth looking into a bit more depth at like the corner/safety positions. Just because right now, if we have any of the top 2 guys, Jair, for example, being out whatsoever, I automatically worry about the youth and the experience factor in that. Like, I believe in Stokes, but not many other guys I would trust at the moment. And I wouldn't.
What about Rasul Douglas?
Proving himself, yeah. Last year was a good year.
You don't see. I think when you were talking about like movement and preseason guys and it being like a system thing, the immediate thought I had was Rasul Douglas because he was on the Cardinals for 6 weeks. What was an Arizona Cardinal fucking player? They cut him.
Yeah.
We picked him up, and I don't think we lost a game after we picked him up until the playoffs.
No, dude was a dog. I remember us all having some positive tweets about him. Actually, a lot of people did.
And it was it wasn't even like his play style that was impressive. It was what he was doing in the locker room too, like the way teammates were talking about him. like the connection he had made. So personally, for me, I thought last year was a proven himself year. I think he's a very solid part of our like solidified himself as top three, like fighting for number 2 with Eric Stokes as far as like our secondary cornerback position is concerned. And our 2 safeties, Adrian Amos and I think it's Chandon Sullivan. I think that's the other safety.
Tariq Carpenter, the rookie we got this year.
Oh, is that? Are we gonna play him? Are we gonna start him at safety?
I don't think we're gonna start him. I think right now it's gonna be probably. Well, Adrian Amos is still there.
Yeah. He'll start for sure. The other one I thought was
Darnell Savage.
Oh, that's who it is, Darnell Savage, and he does well.
Yeah.
You know, he's serviceable. Maybe Tariq Carpenter can take his spot. Who knows? And you know, but the thing that I've seen the most out of these preseason practices against the Saints is how fucking lights out our defense has been.
Yeah.
Every reporter that I know for the Packers has had at least one tweet in the last 2 days saying, "Holy crap, the Packers defense continues to shut down the Saints offense," or something like that. You know, something along those lines. And that has me so fucking bricked up.
Do we have any idea what's going to happen to Vernon Scott?
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
That's the free safety we got in 2020. That dude's just been sitting there. He's just been sitting there. He played like one time.
Well, we've got Adrian. We've got Amos. That's why. Amos plays free safety, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think those safety guys, especially like a free safety, I think those are a little easier to kind of sneak into the mix for cornerback.
Who was the safety who had the Al Harris type hair that we got last year?
I don't know. The only names I really know on our defensive back are fucking Darnell Savage, Adrian Amos, like the top guys, the guys that almost always play. You know.
Well, the only area I researched and prior to this is the Packers receiving core and their cornerbacks and safeties. So it's fresh in my head. Type in Sean Davis. Dude was good in college, but his hair is very Al Harris-esque, and I think that gives him powers.
Sean Davis. Nope, don't want news. I want images. Okay. I don't necessarily remember him. Is he a practice squad guy?
He never. I don't think he ever actually suited up besides the game against the Browns. The Browns is the only time that he had any like logged game.
Yeah, so
like a gang tackle.
This picture that I pulled up says signed to active roster Sean Davis, which makes me think he was a practice squad guy. So do we even still have him?
When I checked the depth chart, he was on there.
Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea.
I was curious again about the 85-man cut roster, because like when do we start seeing guys drop? I don't remember really hearing anything about guys we've let go so far.
There was a running back, the guy who played the running back in preseason, started with a D or something like that. He was cut. I know that. The only one I specifically remember, but I know there were a couple players that were cut. Like
I feel
either end of last week or beginning of this week.
I'm looking through the Packers depth chart again right now.
Must have been beginning of this week because it was after the first preseason.
Another interesting player that eventually we'll get to watch because he's out right now is Kylan Hill. If there's ever just a game where like we're pulling a team out and Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon sit down, we can go see Kylan Hill for a while. That'd be pretty awesome.
Well, he plays. He's a special teamer too. We get to see him occasionally,
We think Amari is going to still be our return man for now.
probably.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. But maybe not. I think if he's number 4 on the receiver depth chart, maybe not. Because
Yeah.
he would be
Well, I
like
mean-
next man up type guy.
What's your ideal kind of return man built like? Like, is it the Devin Hester type? Because a few of our receivers that we have now, and I'm just trying to think of who makes sense, but like they're pretty big boys. Amari's small and shifty.
I think Marquez was
Okay.
had a really good build, really nice speed. I think he was. I can't remember how tall he was, but I want to say like 6'3" or 6'5", not super tall. But I know he was fast. I know that's why the Chiefs picked him up, because they wanted him to kind of become the next Tyreek, basically.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a nice. If we're talking like young guys that have been on the Packers, then he would be one that I would look at. But I don't know. I think it's important to be shifty, to have, to not be afraid of taking a hit, and to be willing to try to run through it. Like a Julian Edelman type guy. I mean, he didn't fucking give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
I
I really hope Christian Watson plays when I go to the game on Friday.
Well, he just came back from an injury, right, or something.
Yeah. He's back to practicing.
Yeah.
And then Romeo too. That'd be a cool thing to watch in person.
He played well last week.
He's as tall as Steph Curry.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
And Steph Curry, when you see Steph Curry like on the court, he doesn't look very tall. You see him in person, it's like, oh, yep, that's still a tall person.
Right. Yeah.
He
Interesting.
just looks tiny on TV. How tall is Amari? Any guesses?
6'5".
Amari Rogers?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, what do you think?
Or 5'11". Those are my two guesses.
You get one guess, bitch. Pick one.
5'11".
He's definitely 6'2".
Nope, he's the same height as me, 5'9".
What?
He's small and shifty. That was my point. I was talking about this earlier. In terms of return men, you want someone small and shifty, in my opinion, like Amari, like Devin Hester. I think that's the ideal return man. You're hard to grab because you don't take up much space, and you're fast and you're good with your feet. Like, he makes a good return man. But I know he had a few fumbled returns, and never really had a big breakout run that I can remember. But that was also his first year. And if he's not going to be getting valuable minutes every snap or every down, maybe the Packers just hey, eventually you'll be the guy in the receiving core room. You'll be a player. But for right now, let's just fucking get some yards, man. Let's just get the ball and sprint in one direction and occasionally miss people. How about that? And then he's like, sure. So maybe that's what happens, because I can't see anybody else in that return man spot.
If I didn't realize he was 5'9", I only see him as a slot receiver at this point. I don't see him being able to. I mean, 90. I would argue at least 75% of cornerbacks in the league are taller than him and can outjump him.
That's fair. Okay, I'm going to give you one more, and then I'm going to get off the height train. How tall do we think Devontae is?
I don't remember him being exceptionally tall.
Ooh.
I'll give you a hint. He's not in the 5s.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't in the 5s.
He's definitely 6'1".
Joe?
I wanted to say 6'3" or 6'5", so I'm gonna go 6'3".
Joe thinks everyone's a fucking giant. He's 6'1", Brandon. The height guesser. and that was Talking Height.
Well, I was closer on the first one than Brand was.
Boys, when we're done talking about football, I have something crazy to bring up to you, boys.
Do it now. What do you got?
While while you guys were in the depths of talking about football that I have no knowledge about, instead of trying to act smart and say stuff I didn't know, I read something else that I bring interest in. So I read off Twitter that
Unacceptable,
there's
but
this
continue.
company. There's this company that you guys might have heard of because I remember hearing about it, but that's trying to de-extinct the woolly mammoth.
I saw that.
Okay, so basically, Joe, if you didn't know this company that has a $15 million funding. I don't know
Mhm.
where from, but it's $15 million funding from a Harvard professor and a guy who is also uh, wants to learn about UFOs. So it seems kind of weird, but anyways, I just read their entire case on bringing back the woolly mammoth. It's crazy. So essentially, what they're gonna do is the African elephant and the Asian elephant are both direct parents to the woolly mammoth.
Their parents or
essentially-
descendants?
They said parents in quotations. I'm only quoting. I assume what they meant is I
How?
don't know. Regardless. Okay.
Okay, yeah. That doesn't make sense to me, and I'll explain why. But go ahead.
Oh, I know why it doesn't make sense to you. It also didn't make sense to me at the time. But essentially, the Asian elephant is the closest thing that we have to the woolly mammoth. In fact,
Okay.
it is a 99.6% shared genes DNA between the woolly mammoth and the Asian elephant.
As far as they're concerned,
So-
okay.
Yes, because they found a well-preserved woolly mammoth in the Siberian taiga, and got the extracted DNA from it, and but they're not going to mess with the Asian elephant, in terms of I don't know exactly what exactly, but I don't think they're going to do tests. I don't see testing. It sounds weird, but they're not going to mess with them too much because they're critically endangered versus the African elephant is threatened.
Okay.
And essentially they made strong cases for the fact that if you bring back the woolly mammoth, it would help not so much reverse the effects of climate change, but help slow it down dramatically. Another interesting thing is Wisconsin is included in what was called as the biome diversity, meaning what's it called, the Mammoth Steppe or something like that. Essentially, this is the main walking ground that was
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we
So-
were fucking full of them.
yeah. So essentially, they're trying to bring that back. But anyways, that also brings me to my second point. The reason why I saw them on Twitter was because they're gonna they plan on de-extincting the Tasmanian tiger, which went extinct in the late 1990s due to hunting efforts by European settlers, or something like that, because they were destroying livestock because they're carnivores.
I have a question. You might not know the answer. What was their argument for the woolly mammoth helping us with climate change?
Yeah, let me get back to it.
Big animals, lots of methane.
That wouldn't help. That would hurt.
Just eating all the stuff.
Okay, so essentially, they claim it would de-accelerate the melting of the Arctic permafrost. It would prevent the emission of greenhouse gases trapped within the permafrost layer
There you
up
go.
to 600 million ton. No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. And then other things such as to restore the mammoth steppe, which is
Can you send me
reading about
this?
it was actually, yeah, I can.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, it was actually a very interesting read.
Because I am
Um,
so confused as to how the fuck a woolly mammoth is doing all of these things. How is a woolly mammoth preventing the the like
Really?
defrosting of the planet? That's my question.
The
Stonian.
loss of these large cold tolerant mammoths over the past 10,000 years has stripped the ecosystem of the grasslands that once efficiently absorbed carbon. Instead, there are mossy forests and wetlands which aren't as helpful with combating rising temperatures. However, if the mammoth steppe ecosystem could be revived, it could help in reversing the rapid warming of the climate, and more pressingly protect the Arctic's permafrost, one of the world's largest carbon reservoirs. And it would also help.
So basic.
This also allows the grasslands to thrive, and since they're lighter than forestry, the snow won't melt as quickly, making way for another benefit: a surface that reflects the sun's radiation.
So what they're saying is the mammoths will trample the trees, get rid of the
There's no
trees.
There's no trees.
You said mossy. What?
Instead, so the loss of these large cold-tolerant mammoths over the past 10,000 years has stripped the ecosystem of the grasslands that once efficiently absorbed carbon. So grasslands.
Yeah, they're
grasslands.
Right. What did they turn into?
Okay, and then it says instead there are mossy forests and wetlands which
Right.
aren't as helpful
Okay,
with combating rising temperatures.
Right. So what I was saying is bringing them back will prevent more trees from growing in this area.
They don't want trees.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I understand that they don't want the trees, but now I'm starting to understand. It's a wild thought because
the whole thing is like the whole like they called the de-extinction of the woolly mammoth, but essentially like there's no actual possible way to do that. Essentially, it's just making a hybrid elephant that's resistant to the cold.
Right, and so
for that to be done, it needs hair and it needs humps on its back.
I
similar to a camel.
appreciate that they're trying to do it. They're trying to find a natural solution to bringing the grasslands back. That was my confusion originally, was what the fuck is bringing back these massive animals going to do to prevent the permafrost? But now I kind of get it. Now it makes a little bit more sense. And when I read it, it will make way more sense. Go ahead.
The permafrost thing, if you trample snow, it creates more insulation as opposed to having fluffy snow.
Yep.
So like it keeps heat in during like winter months. So like
right. So
trample the snow and keep heat in.
Right. So that was kind of where I was confused. I mean, it really truly seems like the purpose of bringing them back would be to trample things.
Oh yeah.
Tramplers. Looking and
in theory,
go Jake.
In theory, an elephant that's resistant to cold would do the same exact thing. Just give them some water.
Yo. So they're saying
maybe,
so
and they would evolve for sure too.
What they're saying for the Tasmanian tiger is that it would essentially revive the ecosystem by bringing an apex predator to kill the rodents and birds and stuff, so it stops killing the grasslands. Yo.
Sounds like that's just gonna be another thing that messes up farms, but I'm here for it.
but
Yeah, you know what?
The thing
honestly,
is it would be an area. It would really be in areas that farms aren't, and it'd be really controlled.
And we have the technology nowadays to prevent those from happening as often
without killing them.
Yeah, so I'm not really worried about the farms. Sorry if there's any farmers in chat. It's not even here. It's they're doing it in Tasmania. They're not even doing it here.
It's just an interesting it's an interesting thought process to get to that as the solution. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know,
I don't necessarily think they're trying to make it the solution. I think really they're just trying to do their part to help. But I would be very curious to know the path that they took to kind of get
Crazy.
to that.
It's a crazy read. Also
thought.
read the.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
You
Yeah.
gotta read both.
Yeah,
I read
I'm
part
definitely
part
excited
the
for it.
beginning. Chris Hemsworth is an investor to the company, so
I'll probably tweet about it too because it sounds really interesting and I'm very intrigued by the whole thing.
Would
Apex?
we like to maybe hop on Apex? Oh yeah.
I think if two of us are saying it at a time, and Brandon turned off his webcam, so I think that's a
Chat.
perfect response.
watch out. Chad, this has been straight to the point. We will see you back here next week, but don't you leave yet because we have after hours with Brandon and Jake.
That was a good show in my opinion.
Okay, chat. I'm also gonna be here, so fuck Brandon. But like, what the fuck?
Well, I was saying of the POV of you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't fuck Brandon. Oh, maybe do. He might like it, but like, only if he wants it.
Well, don't Macy. But chat, make sure you tune in
Whoa.
next week. Straight to the points. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at _ the escape plan. Wait, is that what it is? That's what it is, right?
Yes. At _ the escape room.
Make sure you give us a
Yes, sir.
follow. Keep up to date. Jake's gonna be releasing new content soon, and no, it's not OnlyFans. He's doing UFC blogs. Joe pretty soon is gonna be cranking out more YouTube videos, and pretty soon I'll get my thumb out of my ass and start making new music content. But until then, hey,
Also, chat. Besides just cranking out more YouTube videos, we will also be doing. I'm in the process of creating a solo podcast, video blog style show thing. I don't know what to call it yet, but it's in the works. So
You should do it in the mornings and only call it the Morning Cup of Joe. For you to have to record exclusively in the morning and release in the morning.
I wouldn't have to record exclusively.
It'd make you
yeah,
a
true. Yeah, fraudulent, honestly.
Yeah, I guess
Morning
that's fair.
Cup of Joe is good.
When I found out some of
You
my
are this.
podcasts release
promise.
episodes 2 weeks in advance,
Attention.
like they record 2 weeks in
Champion
advance,
has been
I feel really good. Oh yeah, they put a little bit in Gator.
There's something wrong with my gun.
I believe in you. Alright, kid named D said that the skin seceded
shouldn't be
sus,
here.
so let's see if he's
What?
right.
Wait. I got a deafen. Sorry, guys.
You need to go home. Forget about me. It's the only way you'll be safe.
Warning, ring closing.
We'll head to the bunker, resupply.
We should get to high ground. That's what my mom always says.
What is the Syndicate thinking, eh? Letting a pup join the game.
I'm a human person.
You should stay here. It's safer.
We're not leaving her. We're a team. We look out for each other.
Sure. It's our funeral.
Is it true? Did you do the things they said?
Of course not. But all that matters here is what people believe.
It's my fault you're in here, isn't it? If only I'd listened.
We all make our own choices. I'm here because of mine.
I'll get you out.
Right.
Sorry, I got reeled in by the fucking Apex trailer. I needed to listen to it because they were saying some shit.
I
Yo,
can
you
handle
need
that.
to check out
You are my
this Bloodhound
everything,
finisher they
child.
have in the store.
If you end
right
up
now.
here, it would destroy me. Guards, we're done here.
Bloodhound skin, is that what you're saying?
I won't
Yeah,
leave
no
you.
Bloodhound finisher. I mean, the skin's kind of fun. Oh, they actually show you in the top right now. How many?
Yeah. I saw that, or somebody told me that. Maybe it was Tyler.
Not bad shooting, kiddo.
I was supposed to look after you, not the other way around.
We're a team. We look after each other.
We have a winner.
I did this for my mom, Xenia Contreras. She's been wrongfully
Just decent skins.
Good start, my wild one.
Oh, okay, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, look at this Revenant one.
No, I wasn't talking about that yet.
Oh.
Talk about the trailer. I'll be. Alright. Rank
Time
rewards
for a new
unlocked.
ranked season.
For a new ranks. Yo, Bluntman, welcome in. Caleb, welcome back too, by the way. Okay, store. With honor. Oh, that's actually pretty sick. Yo. That's lit.
Go to the featured one. And scroll off Vantage and go to the next one under Vantage.
Pretty sick skin. Oh man.
Wish I could change the zoom on my TV, like through Apex, but I can't. My entire screen zoom has been off for like ever since I got this TV back. I don't know how to fix it. It's not through screen size.
Alright. Oh boy.
Is there a way to adjust my screen settings in Apex?
Go to your settings. Oh, not exit to desktop. Don't do that, Joe. Okay.
No, because I don't think there is, because I checked it. And 1 second. I went to video and I don't have the options I saw other people have.
You don't have the FOV because you're on console.
I have FOV, but mine's at the lowest settings. It's at 70.
FOV only changes in game.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
It's not under
I don't know.
gameplay either.
Not really sure.
So I don't know how to fix this.
I made a picture.
Well, like the top corners are cut off. I can't see how many like Apex coins and stuff I have. You got okay. If I hover over it, I can.
Oh, my shit's lagging big time right now. Voting is overloaded. Why?
Wonder if I can change this to like Xbox settings, maybe.
Probably.
I'm gonna check. System. TV and display options. Calibrate TV.
All I know is I'm ready. Hopefully this stops. Understand. I think I got it. No, didn't. Fuck. Worse. Well, man, how are you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. You must be on your phone, huh? Jake?
Yeah.
You ready?
I can't find it under the Xbox settings, so I don't really know what to do. TV and display options, I guess, but no.
I think the only way you'll be able to fix it is on your actual TV, my guy.
Yeah, and there's not a setting for it on my remote. Well, the settings don't actually change anything. I truly don't know.
I'd have to try unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Could.
Like from the TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna try both. Like 1 second.
Brand, this is bullshit.
Well,
it keeps telling me my encoding is overloaded for some reason. Not anymore. As soon as I get to this screen, the play screen, it says encoding over.
maybe it's just on the screen.
Doesn't give me feelings about voting in the match though.
I just want to play Apex.
So chat, the dog that's in heat is still here. Sounds like they're having troubles. Didn't work, huh?
All that for nothing.
Wow. Fucked up. That's fucked up.
Mirage.
Mirage.
Here we go. Not played Apex in quite a while. This is my first time in my new apartment playing Apex.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Would that be?
I just looked at my financial aid.
Up you?
Nice. He qualified for an
Time for
unsubsidized loan.
experimentation, evaluation, and a wee cup of tea.
Or I mean a subsidized loan. But
I make this look good. I'm literally this hair, this face. I mean, come on.
well, that helps. Put your opponents in their
let's
place.
do this.
Has anything changed? Oh, the Volt is back. The R3. Oh no, something's gone.
Alternator?
Something's gone in the.
Do you always have laser sights and alternators?
No, it's new.
That's sick.
What is it new?
Something. Oh, something's gone in the assault rifle section. I don't know what it is.
Maybe the Hemlock?
Nope, it was there.
Not the R3.
Definitely chopping a little bit. What? I think I heard him to the right. Yeah, there was a crypto drone up, but not more.
Gonna shut you up. Care package out there. Got some materials.
I'm gonna grab a gun. Yeah, I'm fucking lagging real hard.
I grabbed the triple take.
They're on us, they're on us, they're on us. Oh, the recoil. I'm just... Oh, storm's coming too. Oh shit.
Shield recharging.
Shots.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Great call. Fucked you up.
He's so hurt down here. He's so hurt. Right here. On me, finishing me.
You said on me, finishing me, and I was like, wait, what? Really? Oh, what the fuck is going on? YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
What was he? Was he two shots?
Don't let them get the jump on you.
3, but I was far away with the arcade one. Something's going on here. Hey, they fixed the store closing issue. Yeah, holy shit, I might not be able to play Apex on stream again.
Well, it's good right now.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Oh, like on us, like right here?
I just hit whoever that was, 22. Nice. I just fucking annihilated that one. Good shots. Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
The mark of the superior squad. Victory draws near, but nothing is assured.
Match point. We got this.
No guns.
Chat, I'm sorry. I have no idea what this is. I'm trying to figure out how to fix it, but I don't really know how.
Too many fuel on the Wi-Fi at your house?
No, maybe, but probably not.
That wouldn't give you an encoding error.
No, there's something with my settings somewhere that's not right.
Well, we're about to done.
I probably won't be able to figure it out tonight.
Reloading. Shields recharging.
I don't like that.
Mad Maggie's cracked. Crypto's cracked.
Oh, I cracked that hooligan shield.
Any turn 2? Yep, gonna turn 2 right here. Turn 2. There's the last one. The tower.
He dropped down somewhere over here. Somebody's rezzing, I think.
Oh, it's just a wee scratch, dear.
Yeah, right here.
You got him, Jake. That's good shit. Just says "are the champions." It didn't even say LHG. It just says "are." It says "are the champions" for me on my screen. Maybe something's just fucked with Apex right now.
I fried that round.
Who will face them next?
Leveled up. Apex pack. And I'm immediately fucking encoding overloaded. Oh, I got a purple though. While I'm doing this, while I'm in the Apex pack screen, I'm not overloaded in my encoding. But as soon as I get to this screen, this play screen, 100%, as the moment I get there, it says encoding overloaded. Has to be something. Brandon, can you read me your settings again? Not again, but just in general.
VSync off.
Yep.
NVIDIA Reflex enabled and boost. Anti
aliasing is none, right?
Texture 2 to 3 on low. Texture filtering by linear.
Okay, that's all I need.
Is that where it was fucked up?
No. Actually, don't know. Should turn that up or down. This is not. I'm not. The problem is, even if I get something good, I'm not even gonna be able to use. I could with metal, yes. My webcam's okay. Even when I go to like windowed full screen or borderless windowed full screen, it's like it still is fucking fucked up. And I don't have a display capture on. So fucking weird. In my what if I Come on, man. It's fucking
Time for
bullshit, dude.
experimentation, evaluation, and a wee cup of tea.
Me angry.
I got this thing in the box. Or there's a bag. Or, you know, whatever the case, we're winning.
Can't we do the blah 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 after? I'm ready now.
I honor those who've risen, not those who've fallen.
Dude, it was doing well for a little bit.
Someone's got the motherfucking heirloom for blonde.
Righty
Doing
then.
well. It
Let's
was
do
doing
this.
well for a second. Come on, man. God, bro.
Got my eyes on that button.
Round one. Fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up tonight, but if it stays like this, I'm not gonna be able to stream Apex.
Do you have streamer mode turned on?
Someone wandered into our safe space.
Fuck, I missed my punch, damn it.
Oh, I need help. Jake, I need help, please.
Oh, okay, I need help too, dude. Found it. Octane's got it.
Prepare or die.
I'm going straight to the med pack thing. Sorry.
Here we go.
Oh, chat, I'm so sorry.
They're there at the chest.
Fixed the issue, man. Had it fixed before,
An enemy shield.
What on this crack? Oh my.
Recharging my shield.
Ash cracked again.
Dropping down on you. Good shit.
Let's fucking go, chat. Let's fucking go. But what's missing here?
Under assault rifles.
Wait, was the Volt an assault rifle before?
No.
Oh, it's always been it. Actually, yeah, it was.
The Havoc's there with the Hemlock's there. I'm trying.
No,
Yeah, I think the I
it's-
think
it's-
they
it's definitely the Volt
yeah, I
switch.
think they transitioned the Volt from a
Good.
assault rifle to a SMG.
Yeah.
All right, dude. All right, dude. Guy on us. I hear him.
Reloading.
Just do 130.
There's Octane. Octane to the right. Inside our building.
Yo, cracked an enemy shield.
Oh, I fried him. Ah, bitch.
Shields recharging.
Need to heal real quick.
Me too.
Got one knock.
From a Jake. Got him. I totally used use bait there, and I apologize.
Match point. So let's make a point of kicking their bahookies.
Match point.
have
So
my-
let's make a point of kicking their bahookies.
I have my ult.
All right.
Actually,
Tossing it. Tossing it there.
You know what a bahookie is?
Bahooka Duka.
Oh, that is not what I thought you were tossing.
Snatch some materials, amigo.
Oh, they're trying to find.
Taking a wee bit of damage.
Ow. Who? Where? What? Oh, I might go down here, boys.
Yeah, that's cracked. Let me pop shield back real quick.
Oh my.
Shields recharging. Just a tick. Healing up. Shooting at me.
Give my shields a recharge.
Right now, I'm just in a perpetual state of healing right now because I keep getting shot.
Ash ran up on me. GG's, boys.
Got one knock.
Going top to go.
Healing up.
One over by me.
Oh, I was trying to make a play there. Right here. Right here.
Okay.
Right there. There's two of them. They're running each side. One's right here. Octane's right here.
Over here, inside Joe, right here. Can you? Octane, right there.
I hate that it gave me the fucking Mozambique. I should have bought the P2020. I hate that it gave me the Mozambique.
Mozambique here.
They changed the R301 up a little bit, I'm pretty sure. It's not like strictly a laser anymore. Has a little bit of a different recoil pattern, I think. It feels different.
I'm telling you what though, RE45 feels even more steady, bro.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a little rusty.
I'm at 874 right now.
Alright, you fuckers.
I got him!
Scandus.
Oh shit. Drop back down.
Just
That was a bad idea.
Recharging your shields. Eyes to the skies. A care package.
Give him my shield.
Jesus Christ. You guys don't fucking miss right now. They're targeting me right now. Two on the roof. Oh, I just fried Bloodhound. Octane 95.
Oh, right here.
Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. He was a fucking
Have ball.
Enemy downed.
on me. Killing me, done me, I'm dead. Like me.
Right here.
Shields recharging. Just a tick. Heal it up.
You're such a douche.
Broken enemy shield.
Fuck, man. Shouldn't be losing those. That's the rust.
And they're shooting bodies.
You shouldn't be losing those, man.
You shouldn't be losing this ratio.
They're about to win. But you know what? We're about to not let them win. I think. So there.
Ah, should not have lost that.
They think I'm pussy? I got my out boys.
You do.
Tossing it right there.
Round 6. Earn your reward.
Jump that out.
One's to the far right.
Oh shoot! I got lasers. He's dropping down back here.
They're on me, they're on me, they're on me.
Can't believe I'm standing still. Lucky, I like you.
Scared.
Oh shoot! Yep, immediately knocked me. Motherfucker. These dudes just turned on the juice.
Rejuvenating.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What is he using? that time he was real one.
Are you gonna end stream, Joe?
I might have to.
I mean, it's just lagging bad, yeah.
I know. And it's pissing me off, to be honest.
Well, when are you gonna go do the thing with the stuff?
11.
Well,
ultimately, I got time for one more, but.
Your call, pal.
It's just ridiculous. Like, the moment I get onto this screen, it's like encoding overloaded and shit starts to lag. But if I chill over here on like the legend screen or the loadout screen, nothing, and I'm good. So like, this is our Apex streams from now on, chat, right here. This is it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it, and then I'll play one off stream.
Okay.
Sorry, boys.
Grant, when Joe leaves, if you want to play multiverses and run.
Chat. That's it for the stream. You guys are legends. Thank you for being here for the show. I apologize that it's fucking. I apologize that shit's being fucky.
Probably watched the last episode of Genius.
I don't understand why it's being
Alright, I'm gonna go
dumb like that.
raid my refrigerator for drinks.
I'm gonna go.
Hopefully I'm back on Friday. If I'm not back on Friday, I'll be back next week Monday. Keep another eye out. My boss is trying to get me both Friday and Saturday off next week, which would be my birthday officially and the day after, which would be lit. So keep an eye out for that. But until next time, y'all, I love you. I apologize for cutting short. We'll catch you in the next one. And as always, stay fucking lit, y'all. Have a wonderful night.